Hi guys, this is definitely a different view. I'm pretty sure it's called landscape mode, maybe. But I figured out how to use my camera finally. Just kind of had some technical difficulties with it whenever I initially found it because I honestly didn't know where I placed it. But I did figure out how to use it, so I'm hoping to kind of keep using my camera to film my YouTube videos at least. But you will have to bear with me though because I am not tech savvy at all. But luckily my husband is very tech savvy and he works in the movie industry, so he knows how to work cameras and do all the technology things. So he helps me be able to do things like this. So anyways, today the video is going to be for the birthday cake that I make my dogs for each of their birthdays every year. It's really just a peanut butter cake with some fruits and vegetables. And it's actually very good, it's nutritious, and even humans enjoy it. That being said, it is one of my baby's birthdays today, Ada. This is Ada, she's turning 3 today, so we gotta make her a cake. So the cake is really easy to make, it only calls for a few ingredients, and it takes very minimal time putting it together. And a really cool thing is that the cake even has an icing, or frosting. So for the cake you'll need 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of natural peanut butter, but you want to make sure that it doesn't have that xylitol in it, which is a bad chemical that they've been recently putting into peanut butter, and dogs absolutely cannot have it. 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce, 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree. You want to make sure that it's not the pumpkin pie mix, just pure pumpkin. 2 eggs. And you'll want to use just a wee bit of coconut oil to grease our pan, or pans if you're doing like a 2-tier cake. I will say though, just like for humans, the non-stick and I think it's called like Teflon pans are not good for us, and so they're not good for dogs either. So making this, you want to use a like glass pan or ceramic. And I'm just going to be using a ceramic square baking pan today. And for the frosting or icing, you'll need 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt and 1/4 cup of natural peanut butter. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to start by adding all the ingredients to the bowl except the flour. And with natural peanut butter, since natural peanut butter can get kind of thick and you have to mix it, and sometimes the oil doesn't kind of distribute properly. It can be, like I said, very thick, so just heat it up a little bit. But you also don't have to, of course. And now we'll just mix this together until it's all incorporated. And now that we got our mixture all incorporated, we're just going to slowly add the flour and stir it in as we pour. I was actually supposed to mention to you before we started making the cake that you needed to set your oven to 177 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now that we got our cake completely mixed together, we're going to go ahead and transfer it to our baking pan that has been lightly rubbed with the coconut oil. And we'll go ahead and just smooth this out to all the edges of the pan. And now we'll just go ahead and bake this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Now while our cake is baking, let's go ahead and make the frosting or icing. I'm simply just going to add both of my ingredients, the 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt plain and the 1/4 cup of natural peanut butter, to my bowl and just mix them together. Once again with the peanut butter, if it's too thick, just heat it up for a little bit. And here we have our frosting, and you can go ahead and place this in the fridge so that it stays thick while the cake is still in the oven. And make sure that you don't apply this to the cake until the cake has cooled. And here we have our healthy dog birthday cake. Now we're just going to let this cool, and then we'll go ahead and top it with the frosting. Now the cake's been cooling for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add the frosting. And here's our dog birthday cake that's been baked, frosted, and is now ready to cut and serve to dogs or even humans. Now with this cake, if you want a thicker, more denser cake, obviously just bake it in a smaller pan. I personally like to make a thinner cake so that after they have their birthday cake, I can save the cake and cut it into little small square pieces and keep it stored in the fridge for up to 4 days and give it to them as treats. Now let's go ahead and cut a piece. And here is our slice of cake. Now we'll go ahead and do a taste test. I think they enjoyed it. And I hope your dog does too. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those below in the comments section. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!